Yo guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another FIFA 21 video on the channel. We got a nice early one for you guys here. We're going to be talking about Player of the Month Messi, the La Liga Player of the Month, because it was leaked that these are the nominees from an EA Spain tweet. However, they deleted it because they made some really bad errors. I'm sure you guys can spot it right now with our Spanish Messi right there. Well done, EA. But still, these are going to be the nominees for Player of the Month for December. And it looks like we're going to have a decent team. Now, there's really only two contenders for this Player of the Month. And it's going to come down between Benzema and Messi, honestly, in my opinion. I believe there's one more, but I think the vote will come down to those two guys. Now, Benzema should be the clear winner. There's not a doubt in my mind that Benzema should win. And even Iago Aspas, he should probably win it over, whoever else. This is for December. However, Messi, it's Messi, and I just have this small feeling that he is probably going to end up taking it from him. Now, I know Messi's on the thumbnail and all that, but we're going to kind of invest as in if Benzema or Messi is going to win. I don't think Aspas will win it. I think it'll come down to Benzema or Messi. Reason is Benzema, he had a perfect month for Real Madrid. 5 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. Now, Messi had 3 wins, a draw, and a loss. So it's kind of tough to judge. Now, the reason why I bring up Messi even being in contention up, normally I wouldn't say, anything, was because of that French one that we had earlier this year, where Bamba actually won it over Mbappe, despite, Mbappe having a much, much better month. So I feel like it's kind of pick and choose for this one. And, judging off of, competitions and, schedule difficulty, I mean, you could put it in all of this. I think that we're going to end up seeing a Messi or a Benzema. Now, obviously, their cards will be obviously higher rated than what they are right now. But still, I'm going to say that, there's going to be some hype coming in for this Player of the Month Messi. You have to understand that. What we're likely going to see is a little bit of panic actually on his cards, as people are going to predict that he's going to get in. And not to mention, it is a vote. People can vote on this kind of stuff. So, you're looking at a lot of Messi fans probably going to be voting for him, obviously, to get in. Whereas, despite Benzema probably deserving it. Regardless, though, we can make some investments, so you guys are going to have to invest based on who you think's going to win. I'll give you guys both investment guides for either a Benzema, Aspas, or a Messi. Regardless, I think that, the Player of the Month SBCs really haven't been too great. Aside from João Felix, I think João Felix was a great one that we got. But still, these are the nominees. It's going to be one of these three. So, we're going to take a look at basically just looking at fodder. Fodder is really the only investment we can do. Messi's price, I don't think any of these cards should get affected. You might see a little bit of panic on Messi if he is rumored to get in, or even despite, just being the fact that he has the potential to get one. You're likely going to see a little bit of panic on his card. If you do see this, I mean, you can pick it up. I doubt that you're going to see a huge difference. And regardless, what I would recommend when it comes to a big Player of the Month like this, based on what we've seen so far this year, the SBC won't be worth it. Like I said, João Felix is the only Player of the Month so far that I felt was really worth it. Bruno was kind of expensive. Son was decent, but still, really expensive players. Bamba was quite expensive. So if you do see a little panic on Messi, don't be afraid to pick him up. I mean, keep in mind, this SBC is going to end up being 96 if I'm not wrong. So we're going to be looking at an SBC that's going to be valued around 2 mil. And when this happens, if it is 2 mil, likely you're going to see a little bit of panic on these cards first off. And then you're going to end up seeing, the cards kind of rebound, as people won't be doing that SBC if he's 2 mil. They'll be looking for something much, much cheaper, despite what the valuation is fair. That's just how SBCs are this year. I feel like everybody gets really, really upset when an SBC that is good value if the card was on the market, but for some reason people think they deserve like a untradeable discount or whatever it might be. Now, looking at some cards we can invest in, we're going to be talking about Messi right now. If Messi gets in, I'd imagine that this SBC is going to be around, it's going to be expensive. I think anything from 84 to 88 is a good investment. Keep in mind, some of these cards are a little inflated, so you definitely have time to wait. We wouldn't see this SBC for a few weeks anyways. Like I said, probably, whenever the current one expires. I don't know the exact time. But still, picking up some these right backs, left backs, I'm a big fan of. I think they're going to do well. Definitely try and wait and see if you can get some of these cards at about 2 to 3K lower than what they currently are at. Whether it's sniping, just from, picking up rewards, I think it's a good shout. Like I said, I'm a big fan of these 86s. Carvajal, Alba, and PK, I think are all really, really great investments. But that being said, you do have to be careful because, like I said, Carvajal's gold, 30K right now. Then we have this big little gap. Alba, 25K. So you do have to be careful when you're picking these cards because cards are inflated. But still, I think 84 to 88s are going to do very well if Messi comes out at 2 mil, a decent price. Now, you can always pick up those informs too, at that same range. I think 85, 86 is fair. Now, heading into a card like Benzema or Aspas, likely the card is going to be around 90 rated. However, it's not going to be as expensive. Realistically, it's going to cost probably an 85 and an 86 rated team. I don't see it being any more. So if you want to invest in a card like Benzema or Aspas that are going to come out, 85s and 86s are probably the best way to go. And overall, even with Messi, I think 85s and 86 would be required. So realistically, your safe investment is going to be 85s and 86s. Like I said, you definitely want to be careful when picking these cards up because they are a little inflated due to icon SBCs that we've gotten and all that good stuff. So just be careful because looking at Jordi Alba, he's up to 28K now on Xbox due to this, new SBC coming out. So we're seeing these cards kind of rise up. Personally, when we saw SBCs kind of decline, I think the best price to buy these, these 86s at is going to be about 22K. If you can pick these cards up about 22, 23K on either console, I think you're going to be able to make some decent profit in the run-up. Plus, with other SBCs coming out, they should be pretty well. Now, I know you're asking me, why are you recommending a price, when the card, on Xbox, the card's 28K on 25K on PS4. The reason why I'm going to recommend those buy prices is because, yes, you can buy now, but again, you risk potentially losing coins on, cards that are already inflated. They could come down, which is why I say, when it comes to investing for something like this, Player of the Month is always hit or miss. It's always like kind of, you kind of want to sell on the hype, and depending on the SBC and stuff like that. But, with a card like, with cards like Jordi Alba and stuff like that that are inflated already, I just recommend the buy price because if your price target never gets hit, let's say you want to buy that card at 22.5K, if he never goes down to that, then it is what it is. And then, the SBC drops and the card goes under, it's good that, you didn't buy in. But let's say you buy in on Xbox at, 28K and the card ends up dropping down to about 25, it's going to be good that you ended up, waiting to buy when the price was lower rather than, trying to buy in right away and hoping he goes up even more. So that's why I always recommend waiting for a dip. Now on Xbox, his price was about 22K, 21K on PS. So I definitely would wait a little bit. See if these cards can drop to about 22, 23K. Again, you can always snipe during rewards, lightning rounds, and all that. I'm telling you, there are tons of deals that pop up for, lower than that. On Xbox, at least, if you set, a sniping filter to 25K or under, and this card is currently 29K, I'm telling you, when, lightning rounds come out for headliners and stuff like that, you're going to be able to find some deals for lower than that. So definitely something you want to, look into. I think it's a very smart investment, but you definitely want to buy low. Same goes with all these cards. Again, the informs also not a bad shout to look into. Aspas is one that kind of interests me because if he does win Player of the Month, you're going to see some panic on this card because Aspas will be cheap. It'll be like 186 or 185, something like that, which in return would actually cause some panic on this card. You can pick up and then look to kind of flip as he tries to match his, his other inform alternatives and stuff like that. With that being said, though, that'll wrap up the video. There's not too much more to talk about when it comes to Player of the Month investing. I feel like it's kind of more dead this year than ever because the SBCs, I feel like, just aren't in big demand. The reason is just the pricing of them. People don't want to pay, a market price for an untradeable card. They just feel it's unfair. I guess it's just kind of how things have changed. I feel like it's always been like this. There's never really been untradeable discounts before, and it's kind of off-putting, but still, it's a decent shout. Like I said, though, regardless of who wins, I think your 85s and 86s are your safest bet. But, if we do get a Messi, you might see some panic on the meta cards. If we do get a Messi and it looks like we're going to get a Messi, I definitely will make another video talking about it. Last year, we obviously had the Player of the Month Messi market crash that came in December last year. But still, I don't think it'll happen again this year, regardless. Just because I don't think there's as much demand for Messi this year, just because he's not super great with his 85 pace this year. Again, that'll wrap up the video. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, drop a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, guys, peace, happy New Year.